Hi everybody, we're back. Let's be real with your girl Taylor Whaley and my special guest.
Cindy Lampkin.
And we just got finished talking about God and finding your purpose with
Right.
God. Just a little recap on that. I would like to say to anybody who is open to it, you build your relationship with God in a way that makes you comfortable. My friend Darius was telling me the other day that you don't have to make it a routine, because routines eventually, to some people, they become uninteresting, and then you just start falling off of it, and you don't want to fall out of your relationship with God. So make it interesting, make it fun for you, whether that be like you just talk to him or whatever. When you wake up, you write things. I'm a writer, so I write my stuff, or you express it through art or whatever you do through your service, whatever that may be. Just you build your own personal relationship with God. I encourage everybody to do their research, and I encourage everybody to read a verse a day at the minimum. I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna challenge myself on that. A verse a day. Or yeah, that sounds about right. But everybody just get educated, and build that relationship, because I promise you, you don't want to be the 2/3. You don't want to be the 2/3. So let's go ahead and talk about. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's actually an app that even has like a recording, or it's kind of like a rap of the Bible verses. If you
really?
feel like you don't want to sit still and
Mm-hmm.
it's actually called Matthew something. I will find it and you can post it to them as well. It's interesting. I remember when I was working out, I was just listening to it, and it has like tunes that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Like, vibe to it.
Yeah, and if you just creative, you could just go in the Bible, envision whatever is in creative, and draw it on the paper. Like you say, you're a writer. I write too. I have a book. I write, okay, I feel like this today, God, what's up?
Right.
So, and there's always the Bible up as well. And
yeah,
I'll
I have
say,
the Bible app on my phone.
And I'll say just get, with somebody who's also a believer, and try to spend time. It just doesn't have to be just, our way of life also reflect who we are and our belief. So, yeah.
And I'm glad that you said have somebody who is a believer as well, because I feel like, especially this school year, I came into contact with a lot more people who are spiritually entwined,
Right.
and it has enlightened my spirit. So the company that you keep is very important.
That's right.
Basically. But I wanted to talk about campus security. We do go to school at Clayton State University in Morrow, Georgia, for those of you who do not know. We are sophomores. I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, junior.
Mm-hmm. We stay in Laker Village, which is the apartments on campus.
Right.
They're pretty good. They're better than the hall. Better than the hall. But an issue that we are concerned with is the security of Laker Village and the apartments. We've had a couple break-ins. We've had some people pull up with guns and everything like that. This semester alone has been like 3 or 4 incidents.
Yeah.
Maybe like 3.
Like 3.
Mm-hmm. But that's still 3 too many. But so, Sydney, I wanted to ask you, girl, how do you feel about the security on campus, and what do you feel that we could do to take measures to make it better?
Okay, girl. Listen, I'm gonna speak for especially students who do not have a car. And most of us have classes that's like late from 6 to 9, and daylight savings is up now, so it's dark outside when it looks like it's 5 p.m. I'm like, okay, now. So I feel like we really don't have no safety, and yeah, we do have the public safety on going around, but it's just like
we still have people breaking.
Yeah, like what's the purpose? So I think they should at least do some like a gate. or a shuttle bus for students who's leaving Laker Village, so we could have like maybe at this time, if you have a class at this time and it's dark, okay, you have to sign in or sign up that you will need a shuttle bus to like go with you. And also, I'm concerned about some of the RAs as well. Though they're there to do their jobs, sometimes do you see them walking around in
on
the dark,
phone, talking
2 a.m.
people,
You don't know who can get you. I think what's it called? That apartment, is it right here? The one next to the school. There's gunshot pretty much.
Oh, you talking about Oxford?
Not Oxford. It was Riva something, y'all. It's next to the school, like literally behind Clayton Hall.
Okay.
They got gunshots, like literally, and you don't even know what could happen next. The Metro, whoever shows the gun, might be walking around and be like, okay, yo, like I'm running away from the scene. He might just meet you and just hit you. You know, we need some, and especially that intersection as well. There's usually almost an accident over there.
Yes, that intersection. That intersection right after the railroad tracks, like you about to go to the village or you're going down to that light on Jonesboro.
Right.
Yeah, they need to do something with that. It's been a couple of accidents. I know some people who have been in accidents this semester on that out of that intersection. I don't like it. I feel like it's too much traffic and you have to look like, make sure you look all the way down the other side of the road and then make sure you look at the light across the other side of the railroad just to make sure that you don't get hit by nobody. And then if there's somebody on the other side, it's like communications.
It's too much. It's like, okay, I cannot talk to you behind my wheel.
Like, are you going to go? And
then, no.
And then people already don't know how to drive. So and then don't let it be wet. Okay, that's just Georgia drivers in general. But
we do need some gates first of all.
We definitely do. I feel like we need not necessarily more security. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards the people who we already have securing us. I really do appreciate y'all for y'all time and everything that y'all do that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? But when I do see some of you, it just does not look like you're doing your job. So I'm just like, and I feel like, I don't know where their salary coming from. I feel like it's kind of coming from us because we paying the tuition. I don't know wherever it come from. Tax-paying citizens, whatever. It's coming out of somebody's pocket and you need to be make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Right. But when I was at the leadership development little institution thing that they had conference. Thank you, because I did not know what to call it. But I was talking to somebody on staff about security in Laker Village, and he was explaining that they have tried to open that garage, not garage, the parking deck, the parking deck over there by the garden. You know, like at that intersection, if you keep on going straight, like you coming from the village.
Oh yeah. The little garden over there,
okay. And it's a big old parking deck right there. He was saying they were trying to make that away and then shuttle students from there to campus and everything like that. But he was like, students were complaining about walking, this, that, and the third. And that also has to do with parking. That's another thing. We was talking about parking as well. But I feel like that would work. I feel like people shouldn't think too much about walking because you really got to walk everywhere. And the campus is not that big. We don't go to like Georgia State or Kennesaw where you got to they literally bus you. Yeah. Like we don't even need shuttles, and it's not that far of a walk. Honestly, from the parking deck to campus.
You just cross the road.
You just cross the road, like how we do at the village. It's literally the same walk from the village, just in another direction.
See, and another thing is, I really think we should have at least an officer around that intersection.
Yes, like a cross guard.
Yeah.
Or just put a light there.
Right. But actually, the funny thing is, I went to the town hall meeting for school, I believe last month. It was interesting to really see what they're trying to do.
Well, fill me in, sis. I didn't go.
Okay, so like Dr. Heisen was there, the new vice president for campus Yeah, he was there. Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Mr. Abdullah was also there. And then we have the chief staff police department who was also there. And a question was asked. Okay, so you guys promised us safety. When is it coming? And he said, well, they're trying to get it faster than we can expect. Apparently they're trying to have some gates, but with what I heard is expensive, so it's gonna take some time. And the way they want to do it has to be a certain way. Girl, yeah.
Go ahead.
But they have to like get a certain person to fix it and know how to make it a security. And the barcodes, like the little apartment you go in and out. Apparently, that takes a lot of time and money as well.
I understand traffic; it would cause traffic as well. But as far as the money goes and the time, and I feel like everybody sees this compared to last year. They've completely changed the UC. Like the businesses in the UC, they've changed the food completely. Yeah. They've upgraded the gym. I don't want to hear they renovated some of the buildings, and still, I don't want to hear about nothing about we don't got no money for nothing. Because as much tuition as we all paying, I understand. Like we still probably need more. I feel like certain things like putting all that money towards the food or whatever it is, some of that could have been put towards renovating the gate, or not even just a gate, maybe just finding some other way of security. Like, I just don't feel comfortable that the freshmen, and even the freshmen are at risk, because I see people going through the windows all the time. You know what I'm saying? People walk in the building, even through the front door. You know what I'm saying? Not getting asked their ID, and I understand nobody want to get checked every time they walk in. We all supposed to be grown, all that kind of stuff. But there are some people who do not have the same intentions as all of us. And some people who will really mess some stuff up for everybody because of those security errors.
Right. That is so true. We do need that security on this campus. And I hope whoever's listening to us right now, I urge y'all to please attend these town halls so they know how serious we are, because we make the school. They don't make the school. Without us, they don't have a position. So please make sure you go to these town hall meetings. Even at least you don't have a question, just go sit in it. Like, it's more effective, because the number of students that go in there is just less. Like, we were about, I would say, like 15 in there, and most of them were student leaders. And I don't know if it's because people do not see the whole thing on social media or the posters around, but I do understand, it's gonna be boring, but trust me, just everybody going, at least the whole chair is covered with people sitting down and having the same issue to be brought to the table, it will solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I really urge you guys to, like, come on, let's do better. We know better. Let's get to this town hall.
I also feel like it's a lack of school spirit. And that's another reason why a lot of people don't feel as excited, I know another word, to attend these things. Like, I don't have a problem with attending the town hall meeting. I went to the first SGA meeting that they did. But a lot of people, they just feel like they could be somewhere else. Like, it's not as good of a school as it could be for whatever that reason may be, whether it be a security, whether it be lack of activities. And I feel like it ain't no lack of activities really on campus. I feel like people just don't want to come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of the lack of school spirit. I don't know what the mood is that's around campus, but it's definitely been there since I've came last year. It's like people just go home every weekend, you know what I'm saying, just so they can leave. It's like, why? Like, why do you think we have a lack of school spirit?
I think a part of it might be maybe the students are not getting what they want.
True. Explain.
I would say this. When it comes to organizations,
Pinky Promise,
and ASA president as well. Well, I'm vice president for Pinky Promise. I would say with some of the encounters that I get into, especially when you have an event, girl, it will take you heaven and earth to promote so they come out. One of it is because maybe the things you have to bring there, it's not something they want to do. But then again, you have to follow the rules of the school. We can't do nothing about it. It's rules laid down. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that draws them is food.
True, food.
You say food, they come in. But yeah,
y'all let us know what y'all think. We're gonna take another quick